Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. A well-known XRP analyst is saying that we are so close to a FOMO breakout that will put the price action in the crypto market of 2017 to shame. I'm going to be sharing his opinion in detail with you in this video and many others. This is going to be a price-focused video here. I want to state at the outset, I am not a financial advisor. I don't have any sort of financial background. I'm just your everyday Joe Schmo XRP community member. I just happen to be running a YouTube channel because it's a fun hobby, and I'm really interested in this stuff, and I like sharing with everybody in the community the things that I learned. So what I'm doing in this video is I'm going to share with you opinions from chart analysts. I am not a chart analyst, and so I'm always curious about what those who actually know how to read charts think. You know, I'm more about fundamentals, though. That's what I like to research for myself, because for me, since I'm never going to be a trader, I have zero interest in becoming that. I make long-term plays when it comes to investing, specifically with XRP. I will be more patient than anyone else on the planet as it pertains to this. So I just want to be clear about that at the outset here. I know a lot of you hear me say that on a regular basis, but there are always new people coming on board. I just want to make sure that people understand that that's who I am. I don't want people to think I'm something that I'm not. So anyway, there's a title from you today, which reads, Ripple community tweets bullish XRP forecasts voicing a price surging scenario. So I'm going to share with you all this. I got a lot of different opinions going on here. A lot of good stuff here. Now, before I read any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And if you are a fan of Ripple and XRP and you are ready for some bull action for XRP, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel. It's not the very worst way to spend your time, and that's my pitch. There you go. Or don't. It's cool. Thanks for stopping by either way. The Ripple community is one of the most loyal ones in the crypto world, which constantly posts news about Ripple and XRP in the social media and watches the price of XRP, hoping it would recover the all-time high of January 2018. Below are some bullish forecasts from the community and some other tweets that show how much true XRP lovers value their crypto idol. That's a weird way of wording anything. Ever since the XRP price spiked to get near $3 in January of 2018, they should write near $4 in January of 2018, but they wrote 3. The Ripple community has longed for it to surge even higher. Do you often find yourself longing for that? And when you think about it, is that how you describe it to yourself? Oh, I long for the days. Who talks like that? Come on here. Some analysts believe XRP is going to catch a bullish trend very soon due to FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. And here's a tweet from Leb Crypto. XRP is arguably at its most critical support, 25 cents. Losing this significant support takes it down to 15 cents with a high degree of probability. Breaking now to the upside and testing the 46 cent to 47 cent levels keeps hope for a significant parabolic shot to the yellow line end of year. All right, next, here's a tweet from Sir Gordon Gecko, and he's got, I don't know, maybe close to 9,000 followers on Twitter or something like that, so he's got a following here. And here's what he tweeted out, and this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. XRP analyst. He writes, XRP ever so close to a FOMO breakout we have never seen, and it will put 2017 to shame. So, hey, we're getting there, according to Sir Gordon Gecko. Let's keep following this. Recently, the XRP liquidity on the Mexican exchange Bitso, which works directly with Ripple and its partner MoneyGram, soared to reach another all-time high. The community has taken this as a bullish sign too. Well, I'll tell you what, I take it as a bullish sign because I believe long-term utility actually matters and indeed will win the day. In the short term, utility seems to not matter at all because by and large, the people speculated in this market, it's just largely irrational. Like, people just have not figured this out. There's a frenzy around the technology, and so utility will matter, less so today than I'd like, but hey, there we are. Nonetheless, here's a tweet from Cryptomaniac 101. We just broke 6 million on XRP/MXN liquidity index. New all-time high. Wow. Show me any other cryptocurrency out there with real use case. Exactly. And again, to be clear, I am completely on board with that concept. There is no real-world adoption utility-wise of any other crypto. It's pretty much XRP. And this is the beginning phases of XRP getting real-world adoption in terms of utility, right? So I think it's the coolest thing on the planet. And there's a subheading here, Impatient Overnight Wannabe Millionaires. It seems that the XRP community has not only those wishing to get a Lambo when crypto spikes, but merely people who truly care for the industry. One of those enthusiasts has tweeted that he prefers to see XRP below 30 cents for another year, just to get rid of those impatient overnight wannabe millionaires. And I'm not really on board with that concept, but anyway, he tweeted, I'm beginning to hope XRP stays under 30 cents for another year. That way we can get rid of all these impatient overnight wannabe millionaires out there. Wouldn't that be funny? So there you go. Let me hop into the next thing I wanted to cover. I've got roughly several tweets from Patty Stash, XRP Analyst. He covers all sorts of other stuff, but he's very regularly talking about XRP. And I mentioned in a few videos recently how he has this theory, and we're coming down to it. We'll see if it happens. That if Ethereum breaks its resistance, it's been on a downward trend for a couple of years. If it breaks its resistance, then that should set off alt season, which would ultimately directly impact XRP. Interesting theory, and I've got multiple people actually somewhat on board with the concept, chart analysts that I found, specifically as it pertains to Ethereum breaking out anyway. So check this out. Here's the first tweet from Patty Stash for this video. Total 2 chart almost mimics the Ethereum/Bitcoin chart. Why? Probably because Ethereum is the second largest alt, which would make sense that it is so similar. Again, every chart I look at indicates a big move coming for the altcoin market. And so that's the reason I wanted to read it, even though that wasn't specifically about XRP, and this is an XRP-centric channel. This matters to us. All of this matters. XRP is a part of the altcoin market. Although I still see a flippening happening in the future. I will mark my words, at some point, unless something changes, because I believe utility matters, XRP will be #1 in market cap. As soon as humans figure out what's going on in this asset class and utility actually matters, that's what's going to happen. All right, next tweet here from Patty Stash. By no means am I getting excited just yet. It is nice to see that Little Wick pushed through resistance earlier. In my opinion, if you look at the second chart, Ethereum/USDT, you'll see a push over $195 would trigger a breakout on the long-term Ethereum/Bitcoin chart. It's close any way you look at it. And so here's the chart that he had right here. And you can see this is the, if you're driving, don't worry about it. You can still kind of follow along. But if you're looking at the screen here, you can see this is the little bitty breakout he's talking about. It actually temporarily broke out over that resistance trend line that he had drawn up and been highlighting in recent tweets, and he's been making regular daily short videos on this concept as well. So that happened. Here's the other chart that he had associated with this. So and then he writes that this line has pretty much been the median price over the last 2 years. And so again, he's showing something should happen at this point. We're at the point where it's wound up enough, something should occur, essentially is what he's conveying. Another tweet from Patty Stash. Nice to see that many of these nano caps that have been dead for over a year are beginning to come to life. Even more exciting is that they move up on very low volume, so if you've accumulated a position, your balance rises fast. VEY, VEY, and I actually don't know what that is, and I didn't even bother to look it up before this video because I don't care. He says, VEY about to kick a marketing push. And I still find that interesting because, and I've cited this before, the small cap coins, if you can pick a winner, quote-unquote winner, within the market, man, the multiplier effect on those coins would be substantially greater than anything else, whether it's Bitcoin or XRP or this or that, because if you're talking about small cap, there's almost nothing in it. You can imagine once money starts to flow in what that looks like in terms of the multiplier effect. Now, that's not how I behave. I'm not interested in these small cap coins that have nothing going for them and have no adoption intended or on the horizon. And so that's why for me, since fundamentals matter, all I invest in currently is XRP. That is it. So I don't care. I don't want to be a trader. I don't want to chase coins that rise, and I also don't want to time markets. I have no interest in anything along those lines. So to me, it doesn't matter, but it still is interesting. All right. Next here, there's a tweet from David Gockstein, and Gockstein. I'm not sure how to say it. Sorry, but anyway, you can see here he's a candidate for U.S. House, New York District 1, 2020, CEO at Gockstein Media. He's also a Forbes contributing writer here, and he's a member of the XRP community. And here's what he tweeted out a little bit earlier today. It's crazy how projects still refuse to market yet spend a ton of money on useless S-word. Sorry, I don't curse on this channel. Kids could be in the background. How is anyone going to know about your crypto project if you aren't bringing exposure to it? And Patty Stash responded to this, and he wrote, I wonder the same. The coins that pumped the most back in 2017 were the ones that marketed the hardest because it was basically all speculation. Long-term fundamentals will supersede short-term pumps this time. There you go. Look at that. Long-term fundamentals will supersede short-term pumps this time. Now, it will be very interesting to see how that pans out, because I feel very firmly that I'm right about the importance of utility. To me, it's just more a question of at what point is it going to matter to that degree to most humans that are speculating in this market? And I don't have the answer to that, but that's what I'm most curious about as it pertains to this. All right, here's another tweet from Patty Stash. As much as I would like to be bullish on Bitcoin, I'm not. I don't see much bullish about this chart, which still leads me to believe altcoins will have their rally for a few months before Bitcoin finally corrects. Unless Bitcoin springboards off that trendline support, which I doubt. And so there you go. That's what he thinks about Bitcoin specifically. All right, next here. Oh, this is another tweet from Sir Gordon Gecko. It's just another bullish sentiment with some lava bubbling up on the screen here from a volcano. The market looks like it's about to erupt out of nowhere. So it goes back to the sentiment. He's the one that stated, that the FOMO we're about to see, it looks like everything's about to burst, the likes of which we haven't seen even in 2017, and now I'm paraphrasing. But he's the one that said that. So that's coming. Here's a tweet from another XRP community technical analyst, Crypto Bull 2020. He wrote this. If we repeat the 2015 to 2017 cycle, the pattern tells us that XRP won't burst until the second quarter of 2020. And then he wrote, your thoughts at Mr. Level Up, who is another XRP community member and chart analyst. And so at Mr. Level Up did respond, and I want to share this with you. He goes by Awake on Twitter. That's at Mr. Level Up. Anyway, he writes, I've taken that view into consideration. The only thing is the total alt's dominance is showing before that. I think either way it happens, but right now I'm thinking sooner, as in we get up to the 45 cent plus range, which at that point everyone knows it's on. So he tends to think that things are going to be happening for XRP much sooner than the second quarter of 2020. Which, well, as I say it sounds far away, but it's almost December already, so it's actually not that far anyway. But as we're already wrapping up 2019, if you can believe it. But, so there you go. There's another couple chart analyst opinions. Now, here's another tweet from Awake, who is at Mr. Level Up. He tweeted this out. Stay with me. Don't tap yet. Keep the mind at ease through the game. It's the fourth quarter, and there's still time left on the clock for the moment you seek. 2017 XRP with total alt dominance chart versus 2019 XRP with total alt dominance chart. And here I'm going to pull this up on the screen bigger so you can see it. So on the top here, 2017 XRP/USD, and to the right of that, 2019 XRP/USD. And you can see how these charts look somewhat similar. This is kind of one of the points that he's making. Then it just went up here on the 2017 chart. And then down here, you've got total alt dominance, and he's showing the similarities in this alt dominance chart versus 2017 versus the same chart in 2019, and he's pointing out that the pattern looks similar, and if history repeats itself, up to the upside, right? And XRP would indeed certainly be a part of that, no doubt, wouldn't you think? So there's that. Next, I've got this article from Cointelegraph, written by William Suberg, who writes, Bitcoin price clings to $8,000 as analysts warn market has turned bearish here. And we haven't heard of endlessly bearish articles within the last couple days in particular here. So that seems to be the direction that we're going. I don't really want to read through a whole lot of this. I more so just wanted to share the sentiment here. But they went on to talk about altcoin markets, and here I'll just read this a little bit. Altcoin markets showed similar restraint to Bitcoin on Wednesday after a day of heavy losses. Out of the top 20 cryptocurrencies by market cap, most saw moves of less than 1% up or down. And so there you go. Not a ton of activity there. And then next, this will be the last piece for this video, and this is from Cointelegraph also by Rakesh Upadhyay. I don't know how to say that. I'm doing my best, I promise. I just want to run down here to the XRP part and just share this with you. XRP/USD. XRP dipped below 24 cents on November 18th, which triggered our suggested stop loss on the long positions. The bulls are currently attempting to defend the support at 24.5 cents. However, the downsloping 20-day EMA and the RSI, a close to the oversold territory, indicates that bears have the upper hand. If the bears sink the price below 24.5 cents, a retest of the yearly low at 22 cents will be on the cards. A break below this level will be a huge negative as it will resume the downtrend. Contrary to our assumption, if the XRP/USD pair rebounds off the current levels, the bulls will try to keep in range bound between 24.5 cents and 31.5 cents for the next few days. We will wait for a new buy setup to form before turning positive. So there you go. All sorts of opinions from all sorts of different humans. Some opinions kind of overlapping and others not so much. Do what you will with that. But that's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!